One tap, that's all it takes. But behind that simple tap, there's a whole team making the magic happen. A kitchen run by Food for Education is feeding over 600,000 children every day.
I started Food for Education in 2012. It was a passion project. So I grew up in Njiru, where you guys went, and I saw a lot of disparity from seeing kids who I would play with, who were my friends, who didn't have food and they didn't have the same opportunities. So we started feeding 25 children. So that was in a local church where the Mabati kitchen was. So the kids used to walk to that Mabati kitchen. And then in 2016, so many years later, like I finished university, I moved back, started thinking, how do I feed more kids? Because once you feed 25 and then 30 and then 35, then the list is longer and longer because there'll be more kids who want it. So I, in 2015, did a campaign, raised some money. It was called 44 Plate, raised some money and built like the first central kitchen. And the idea of the central kitchen came from India. So in India, they use primarily, because it's concentrated, many people like in the urban areas, high population. So the central kitchens, and then they distribute out to the schools. So I was like, oh, that's something we can do here. So that money I used to build a first central kitchen. And in 2016, we increased to 300, and it's gone kidogo kidogo like that, sometimes big jumps. And now we feed 600,000 every day.
Founded by Wawira and Njiru, Food for Education has served over 150 million meals in 1,500 schools. But before the steel kitchens and the digital taps, there was firewood, and sometimes it was damp. Agnes Wamboy remembers those early days when feeding the children meant fighting smoke, time, and exhaustion. She was there when it all began.
Challenges we faced, there are so many. For one, when we started cooking, we had no means of cooking like fire, or like how to cook the food. We used to cook with firewood. Yeah, it was a challenge because sometimes it was not dry. It was a challenge. We had to prepare the food on time, but the means of cooking were very low. Then we had to work to put a lot of effort because in every section, like when you go to kitchen, cooking is ours, preparing is ours, loading is ours, and serving the children is ours. By then we had no tap to eat. We used to take cash when we started. So you have to serve the child and give change.
At the heart of this operation is precision. Every meal is tracked, cooked, and delivered at the right temperature from various kitchens to classrooms across 13 counties.
Food is dispatched from the kitchen at temperatures of above 80 degrees. And at the school level, the team that's there always make sure that they take the temperature reading and make sure that it's above 65 degrees Celsius. We are able to understand the feeding trends of every specific school, and that's informed by, of course, the tap to eat system, which gives us real-time data on the number of kids that we have fed on a specific day. Something else, always make sure that we have a very good working relationship with the school administration, and they're able to share any updates that might affect our feeding, our numbers.
At Food for Education, food safety isn't left to chance. Real-time data tracks every degree, every minute, and every move. From the kitchen to the schools, the meals stay above 80 degrees Celsius. They're hot, fresh, and full of nutrition until the moment a child eats.
Hiyo 90 ilikuwa 90 and above ilikuwa cooking temperature, na hasa pia kwa kudecant, na wakati tunakuja kuwea hapa bado haikuangi imeachana. Kama yangu leo nimepima cooking temperature ilikuwa 95.8. Kwa hivyo nikifika bado hapa kwa loader haitakuwa iko mbali sana, itakuwa hapo 94. Kwa hivyo bado niko na confidence hii chakula ikifika shule by saa 6 haitakuwa below 80. Itachezea 70 80 na mtoto ako safe kukula hii chakula.
But beyond the steams and the spices, there is the science. Each batch of food, water, and container is tested for quality, ensuring zero compromise on safety.
The kitchen staff decanters, cooks, and loaders have food handler certificate, but we do intermediate quality checks. That's testing presence of different microorganisms to ensure that the kitchen staff maintain good hygiene practices. So from the water, that's the ingredients that they're using at the kitchen, the water, the food itself at the kitchen, the delivery containers, decanting buckets, the scoops, the jugs you've seen, the cooking vessels themselves. We do all that. We analyze all those samples, and that is informed by a testing plan that runs monthly. That's depending with the length of the term.
This rigorous testing keeps contamination low and trust high, a system built to feed safely at a scale. And the results reach far beyond the kitchen. A hot lunch now means a full classroom, no more lost lunch money, no more empty afternoons. Technology has enhanced feeding time and transformed learning time.
We've seen an increase in attendance. Kids are now excited to attend school every day because there's that promise of a meal. We've seen better concentration and learning outcomes. We've seen cost transfers for the parents.
Behind every plate served, there's a parent who cares and a team that listens. From calls to WhatsApp messages, Food for Education supports parents in various languages, ensuring every community feels seen and heard.
Depending on the groups that we serve, we also have vernacular support because we are in so many zones. So, and when parents call in, most of them, of course, do not understand English or Swahili. So, of course, we have vernacular support. So we have made sure that every member of the team can speak a different language from all of us to ensure that we give a 360 support.
For thousands of women, cooking for children has become a way to feed their own. Today, more than 4,000 Kenyans earn steady incomes through Food for Education school meal programs.
I can pay school fees for my children without struggle. I can dress well, even my children. Yeah, let me say I'm happy working here because my life has totally changed in a very big percent. Yeah, I'm very happy.
From Africa's largest kitchen to classrooms across Kenya, Food for Education is rewriting what's possible. A plate of food means focus in class, energy to play, and a reason to stay in school. And when a mother thrives, a nation grows.
Nilikuwa na struggle sana juu ya food. Lazima upe mtoto hata kama uko na pesa kidogo juu ya kufeed na unaona ashibi. But niingie huku, wame improve vizuri, wanakula poa juu chakula ni mob. Yeah, na wame grow. Imenibadilisha kabisa, si venye nilikuwa, sai niko vizuri.
In every classroom, one meal can decide whether a child listens or drifts away. Teachers see it every day, the difference a warm plate makes.
Back then, they didn't have the technology watch, the tap to eat. So what they were using was not as good as what they're using now. Sometimes that would affect the first lesson in the afternoon. It would be a bit late, but now with the technology, we are very fast. It's quite efficient. Our learners are quite healthy. That can be seen even in the way they concentrate in class. It's a motivation. They don't go away from school. There's no truancy. Actually, for them, like even if they have to be at home for one reason or the other, sickness, they still want to come back over lunch hour to feed. Yeah, it's such a pull factor to be in school.
From firewood to digital kitchens, the mission never changed: to make sure no child learns on an empty stomach.
Over the next few years, we're growing more, within Kenya and outside Kenya. So new countries, looking at how we can expand our footprint, make sure that we're able to feed more children, and work with governments who are interested in feeding their children. And in African countries, only 19% of kids receive a guaranteed school meal every single day. So expanding that is really our priority, and making sure that there's more kids who are receiving school meals every single day. The meal that you saw, the warehouse that you saw, the trucks that you saw, the Nelly that you met, you know, everyone included is 45 shillings in that cost. And then that 45 shillings, we'll distribute it based on, you know, what we try to keep the parents' cost as minimal as possible. So donors take about 15 shillings of that. And then in a county like Nairobi, they take about 25 shillings of the remainder. So after you remove 15, you get 30. So they take around 25 shillings, and then the parents contribute about 5 shillings. What that enables us to do is, in Nairobi, it's the only county we feed from ECD to primary, every single child, to JSS, end of JSS, every single child.
A warm meal, a full classroom, a stronger nation. Food for education is proving it's all connected. For Willow Health Stories, my name is Yvonne Wawira.